Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Cattle and Crops. If you were here for the last stream, we cut some hay, and it's about a week later in game. Had some sun, but had one brief shower as well, so it took a couple extra days to get the hay dried back out. We're pretty dry now. Actually, almost a little too dry. But I think once we ted it again and flip it, that 40% will help the bottom some. About 11% on top and 40% on the bottom. So we're going to make a pass here with the tedder again. This will be the second time I've flipped it. So yeah, let's get to work. We got Road Rookie. Welcome. Oh, I got a frog in my throat too. That's why we have a cough button. Hello from your delayed flight home. Hey, Vorden. Safe travels, man. Hope it goes well. And also, I've made some other changes since the last stream. It's been about a week in game. I did a little bit of playing around. I got this all tedded. I sold off my harvester for some capital. So I think I'll just rent a harvester in the fall because we only really use it once. And then I went ahead and bought a little MB Track 1000. So that belongs to us now. We had one rented the last stream, but this is my little guy. And I've also got a tedder and a windrower or rake. So let's hop in the tractor, get started. And let's see, actually I'm going to leave the... Do I need the HUD on to... No, I don't. Okay, cool. Oh, and it still remembers my pathing. Nice. Wasn't sure if it would still be there or not. It is. So the field guidance system is set up here for the tedder. Let's try taking the parking brake off. I bet we'll be able to move a little better. Alright, so I got steering engaged. Tedder on. Hit the cruise. John Z, I think I said howdy, but howdy again in case I missed that. And I agree, Road Rookie. It was very promising. It was such a shame when it got abandoned. So it looks like we might not be over quite far enough with this field guidance setup. Oh, I wasn't on the field guidance. I thought I hit the button. Okay, well, I'm a terrible farmer. I was just wandering down the field. Yeah. It's okay, we'll go back and get that. I don't know if you can tell with the YouTube compression, but there's a subtle difference in the flipped grass. It's very dry on top, and it's slightly yellower where we've tedded it. So that bottom layer is about 40% moisture, the top layer is 11%. And it may all get lost in the YouTube compression, but I can see the difference there. Pretty cool. I think at least one of the team, Road Rookie, was a modder from Farm Sim, but I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Oxygen David. But don't quote me on that. I think there was at least one modder on the team. But it was made by Master Brain Bites. Then ran out of funding, and now it's dead. Alright. Steering re-engaged. As we come back through here, you might be able to make out that subtle color difference. So I'm going to get this passed on, and then I'm going to hop out and see how we're doing with the moisture content. Hey, Martyrdom King, welcome. It is a fun game. Motortown's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's right, Dave. Good to see you. Yeah, it was one of the guys that did a lot of the AI GPS stuff. And the AI in this game is pretty phenomenal. So what's my cruise is set to about 7. What's cruise 2 set to? Yeah, I think I was doing this on cruise 2. About 12 kilometers an hour. We were going a little slow. And I've got the 530 over there with the front loader and forks on it, with the bale trailer ready to go. But I haven't decided yet. I might end up, instead of renting a baler, I might either rent or buy a pickup trailer. I haven't decided yet. But I'm just going to end up selling it. So baling is fun, but it is just an extra step. Forgot how bad the brakes are on this MB-Trac 1000. They're pretty terrible. Oh yeah, I was going to stop and look at the moisture levels, wasn't I? Totally forgot about that. Yeah, Road Rookie, I mean, that would be cool, but that's impossible to do. You can't open source a project like this. There's way too many licenses and legal hurdles. It just wouldn't work. Can't do it. I can remember, I'll stop down here. Take a look at the moisture level. Yeah, I've heard it both ways, Warden, that it's both worse and better, so I don't know. I guess you have to make up your own mind. If you say it's better, then I'll take that. Alright. Parking brake on. Let's hop out and we'll take a look at the moisture level. And you don't have to do all this immersion stuff. I just enjoy it. Built into the game, so why not use it? Alright, so if I hold down left alt, I get like a detail view. And now, yeah, see, it's stirred up the water. So now we're looking at, yeah, 31 up top and 16 to 17 on the bottom. So it's going to be about perfect. We get just a little bit of a dry on the top layer with the sun. And it'll be ready to pick up. And I probably will bale it. We'll rent a baler. I've already got the forks and the trailer and everything. Kind of down in the brush here. Just pretend like we're not running through the bushes. Alright, back on cruise 2 and away we go. Hey, Chair McLovin, welcome. Yeah, Vord, and I agree on the Seasons mod. It's just such a shame that they butchered it in 22. Or was it 19? I forget. The Seasons mod was way better than whatever crap we ended up with in game. Ooh, easy there, easy. I didn't put my windrow guard down. So it doesn't really matter till we're over at the edge. Basically just keeps it from throwing it so far off to the side so you don't throw your hay off the field. Liking this little Mercedes. A nice little tractor. They're a little buggy. Like, you can't fold up the front 3 points. And the brakes are terrible. If I remember right, these were some of the first tractors in the game. And then they never did get that balance pass that they needed. Or the game was abandoned. But other than a couple little bugs, they're really good. Let's get back on our track. Head those bushes right in with the hay. It's going a lot faster than cutting 3 meters at a time. I think it's 2.5 meters, and then the swath is 3. Or is it vice versa? I forget. It's a pretty small mower. We were here for the last stream. It took us, what, 2.5 hours to mow this? It took a little while. Also thought about buying another tractor and I could have an AI planting, but I think we'll just wait. Want to keep some cash in reserve. I would probably want to buy some fields. Only got the 3 fields. Alright, back on cruise 2 and off we go. Pop outside for a bit. Not the greatest animations, but game mechanics are pretty solid. Yeah, it's a real bummer for the people that spend extra for multiplayer. That's a shame too. They had some videos, didn't they, of multiplayer? So it was being worked on. It just never got released. Put these trees here. I'm just pretending like the trees aren't here. It's pretty solid for the crops stuff, and haying works fine. Just the cattle part, there's not much to it. It never really got much work done on it. Alright, back in the cab where it's nice and quiet. And I was looking at the forecast. Today's supposed to be nice and sunny most of the day, and tomorrow's a lot of sun too. So we're in prime spot to get this haying done. Might even be able to do it this afternoon, depending on how dry it gets. Is hay profitable? I don't know. I never paid too much attention to the money side of things because the economy is probably the weakest point. Like, every time you load the game, the prices are random. It doesn't even save in your save file. So the economy is kind of just borked. I mean, you could sell it for money, But beyond that, I can't really tell you much. I think you can pretty much put anything in the cattle feed mixer and it turns it into TMR magically. So, yeah, that part's just not done. Whoa, trees! Trees are everywhere. Oh, we're getting into the highway. I'm lost. I can't see for all the trees. Is this the right row? It is the right row. Okay, good deal. Oh, better look out, deer. Hey, catch you later. Fly safe, Warden. The animal AI is super simplistic. If you get within like X range of them, they will always run directly away from the player. It's kind of funny. Alright, parking brake in. I'm going to run down to the beginning of the field. See how we're looking. Hey Zerg, welcome. Yeah, we're on part 2 of making hay. Yeah, it's not too bad. Some of that didn't get flipped. I need to make a pass down through here where I messed up a little bit. Yeah, looking pretty good. You didn't know about the MP tracks? Yeah, they're nice little tractors. This is the smallest. There's 3 in game. I think it's the 1000, the 1200, and the 1800, something like that. And yeah, they're nice little tractors. All right, let me go down there and do that row that I messed up real quick. It's like half a row before I forget. Trying to catch it shifting. There it goes. All the shifting and stuff works. I've just got it on auto shift. You can hook up a shifter or manually shift it with a keyboard if you want to. All right, let's get lined up on this row. I messed up about half of this first pass. I didn't realize my auto steer was turned off. There's no indicator in the tractor that's on. If you're in third person with the UI on, you have an icon for it. It's a little steering wheel down there. But I really like playing from in the cab with no HUD. Just feels awesome. Alright, there's that row sorted. Missed all the trees. Fuck it. Try not to get in my field. Oh, I got it in my field. Let's fold this up and I can run up inside the trees. It's going to take an hour and a half to fold this thing up. Because now that I've driven in my field, that tire track is there until something else disturbs the soil. It's persistent, like the other game. The downside of the super detailed soil stuff in Cattle and Crops is you only have the predefined fields. You can't make your own fields. So there's trade-offs. For me, I'd rather have the super detailed soil simulation. Here you thought Haymaker was a way to punch someone? That too. Alright, back to our regularly scheduled pass. I can tell just by the subtle color difference where I left off. Alright, all good. With the auto steer. Cruise 2, and we're off and going. So there's 3 cruise settings in each tractor, and you can set the speeds individually. So I've got Cruise 2 set up for basically tedding speed. There is no automatic speed adjustment. It's up to you to drive the right speed. As far as like, you can't just floor it and the game will make you go as fast as you're supposed to go. If I drive too fast, it won't be flipping the grass anymore. It'll say, driving too fast. If you drive too fast while bailing, you'll clog the intake. Then you gotta stop, clean out the intake, start over again. There's that silly deer. Gonna get ran over out there in the road. He actually reacted to the horn. Nice. Your pets on the farm will react to the horn as well. If they're in the way, you just beep at them, and they'll run away. And the AI, when it's driving your vehicles, will beep at your pets to get them to get out of the way. It's pretty funny. They'll beep at you, too, if you're in the way. Yeah, Farm Sim is highly moddable, so you could probably mod it to keep the tire tracks and stuff. That'd be a lot of work. If they even have the functions. I assume there's functions to create the tire tracks. Just, you know, because the vehicles do it. It's just a matter of whether they're exposed or not. So one really good thing about Farm Sim is it is very, very moddable. All right, we're just about done flipping hay. We'll have to skip some time and let it dry. I'm going to make a pass up this edge. We're over here on this weird edge. I love the way the vehicles drive in this game. It's so good. Real sense of mass and momentum. Every once in a while it lags like that. I don't know if it may be the autosave. Not sure. This is a really weird shaped field. It's almost kind of a triangle. I have played Transport Fever and Transport Fever 2. Yep. Pretty sure I've done video series on one, if not both of those. I haven't played Transport Fever 2 in a long time. I've heard it got some big updates. I have not played it in a long time though. Alright, auto steer back on. Back into cruise 2. Been having fun with the first one on your ancient computer? Cool. Yeah, one more pass. I think we got this whipped. Here goes the lag again. I've harvested 500 hectares. Nice. But my streaming computer got disconnected from chat for a little bit. What's up with YouTube lately? Last few times I've streamed, there's been issues like chat disconnects. One time the whole thing just went down. I wasn't even streaming anymore. Come on, YouTube. Hold it together. Alright, I think we're done tedding, so let's get this folded up. I'm not going to take it off until we make sure we are in fact dry. And parking these under the tree. Yes, you can lower the hydraulics without unfolding the implement. Isn't that crazy? Alright, parking brake on. So what's the temperature on this bad boy? To be just under 100. Alright, I'm going to see if that moves at all. It didn't on the other tractor. We'll let that cool off. Yeah, it's similar to that, Cher McLovin. It's more about the logistics. Setting up the road, rail, and air, river logistic routes. Cool. So our bottom layer is about 18%, which is perfect. And we got 32 to 33 on top. That did not get flipped. How did I miss this part right here? I wonder, did I raise? I may have raised too early on some of this. Oh well. I think it's close enough. We're going to file that under close enough. Yeah, if you give the cities what they want, then they'll start expanding on their own. And you can build roads to kind of guide the city, but it pretty much just grows on its own. Yeah, I don't think the temperature goes down. Like the needle moves, but I don't think it models any kind of temperature stuff. Little tractor got kind of dirty. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop a save. Manual save. Actually, is autosave on? Yeah, it does save over 50. All right, cool. And then we need to let the sun do its thing. So we're going to sleep right out here in the field. There's a good clump. Yeah, there's a good clump. All right, so if we go up here and let's sleep for an hour and we'll see how we get along. Yeah, it came down a little bit. We may need most of the day to get our dry on. But I'm going to do it an hour at a time. I'm just curious to see how we get along. Yeah, it's down to 25. I think probably this afternoon we'll be able to get this rigged up and baled. I heard rain, but it was a car going by. If we go look at the calendar, we get an hour by hour forecast. So it clouds up this evening, but there's no rain in the forecast for till like Sunday. That's good. We got lots of sun today, lots of sun tomorrow. So it's a great weather for making hay. It's fogging up a little bit though. Been playing some Motortown. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that as well. And there goes my other computer. Just chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. And then successfully connected. So hopefully you guys are still here. Down to 22. I think we're going to be able to bail this afternoon. It's 12:30, just after lunchtime. Oh, yeah. That's just about perfect. 19 to 20 up top. I see some 15 to 17. We're good to go. So we're going to get this raked up. It was, yeah, 1:30 in the afternoon. Not bad. We got lots of time. Get in there. Come here. And then where's the old hotspot here? Does this implement not have hotspots to disconnect it? Interesting. I guess I can. Oh, what happened to my field of view here? I guess I can just hit Q like a pleb. Got a semi route going now. Cool. Like an NPC route? Does that make any money? Only truck route I've done is with a tanker doing milk. Barely makes any money. This rake has drifted downhill from where I put it. See if I can. I gotta try to unwrap it from the tree here. There we go. We're good. Oh, really? What kind of truck routes actually make money? Because sending milk from the farm to the cheese factory makes like $200. Doesn't make hardly anything. Any truck route I've tried doesn't make really any money. Maybe I was doing it wrong. Oh yeah, that's about what I'm getting for the milk chair. That makes sense. You forgetting this thing has terrible brakes. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's a bug. Whoa! Easy there. Oh, let's see here. Let's get our field guidance set up. It looks like, yeah, I've already got this unfolded, so we're good there. That's all working. So this is considerably smaller. So we'll try that track and see how we get along. Alright, auto steer on. Yeah, we'll never know, right, Dave? Alright, we got that on. The guard is down. So to make a windrow on the right. I wonder if this is going to be too close to the field edge. I have to kind of play it by ear. Oh, we'll save lag or something going on. Yeah, it might be too close to the field edge. Back this up a bit. Move that over about. Let's just go and do a full meter. We'll try that. Alright, auto steer back on. Yeah, Cheer, that's the thing. They're supposed to make way less. So I've just been using it like I run milk to the cheese factory and then I deliver the cheese and make good money. Whereas my AI is making the milk arrive there so that it'll make cheese, if that makes sense. That's what I've been using the truck routes for. There we go. That's looking better. Yeah, automatic is worth the money, for sure. That's what I did with the milk. I just bought the cheapest little tanker truck for like 60 grand, and he just runs milk up to the cheese factory over and over and over again. And I can take semi-trailer loads full of cheese and make some money. You just tuned in. We're talking about Motortown Behind the Wheel. It's another game. Like, what? See any cheese? Alright, I don't know what an ideal raking speed is. Can we rake? It looks like we can rake at our tetting speed. We're still okay. So we'll try that. Now, a smart guy probably would have done this the other way and put two windrows on top of each other, but I'm not very smart, so. When it comes to farming. That's what a smart farmer that knows what he's doing probably would have done. Come on, up the hill. Maybe we'll try that on this side. If it works out. I don't even have cruise on. This is just gravity. I'm starting to slow down now, coming uphill. Let's get the cruise back on. Cruise 2. Whoa. It's a little bit of lag every once in a while. I don't know what that is. It seems more often than the 15-minute autosaves. Maybe it's when a new AI vehicle spawns in or something. I wish I could turn off the traffic and see if that stops it. I think we can do that. Can we turn off the traffic? Would that be under gameplay? AI traffic. Zoink. Oh yeah, I've got the people turned off. Forgot about that. Save. Alright, let's see if we still get those hitches every once in a while. Big swing around, and if I just come back the next auto sear track. I'll make a slightly bigger windrow over there, I think. Seems logical. For you regulars, I've also been working a little bit in the background on Railroader. Getting, I think I just about got the day finished out. We're ready to go to the next day, and that'll be the final phase of the Fontana Lake Bridge project. So we're getting there, but life's been pretty busy. I had a really long, aggravating day at work, so instead of recording or doing something else tonight, I was like, I'm just going to stream some cattle and crops for a little while. Forget about work problems. Just chill in the tractor. So here we are. Look out for that tree! Yeah, then that should... We're almost out over there, so then... Okay, so we'll have 2 rows in the middle again. I like it. Suggest if we're going to do containers to the refinery, go from the port that is northwest of the refinery. Okay. Yeah, your work or mine, Dave? Nice clean field. I'm liking these windrows. Give it just a little kick out to the right, and we should be able to get back on this track. Oh, that's the wrong track. Tracks are narrow, so it's easier to miss them. There we go. Probably could have made the track a little wider since I'm doubling up the windrows, but I just matched the equipment. There we go. Looking good. Watch some of these animations go by. The equipment animations are pretty good. The crop stuff is kind of subpar. Wait, my work has been aggravating your stream watching for a few... Oh, because I can't stream very much? Yeah. I don't get to watch much anymore either. I was in the Loyal Patriots Twitch stream this is that before lunch or after? I think it was after lunch for like 8 minutes. I had 6 meetings today, plus all the other crap I have to do, so yeah, it's fun being the senior. And it's a job. I get to work from home, so can't complain too much. It's like the transmission is slipping or something. What the heck is going on here, game? Every once in a while it revs way up and then it kicks into gear and lurches. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. Right in there. Also zoom way out. Yeah, those little bushes, Zerg, they don't really exist. There's no clipping. So since they're right on the edge of the field, I ignore them. I guess I shouldn't, but I just ignore those. Now, those trees over there, you absolutely will run into, and you'll damage your tractor, your equipment. You run into stuff, it takes damage. And it costs a lot of money to service these tractors. It's pretty hard to make money in this game, so it's fairly realistic in that regard. Yeah, you definitely can do that. Oh, you got a revolving door on your office, Dave? Yeah. I work from home, so I don't have that problem, but I do have the problem of I'll have like 3 or 4 conversations going on over IM. We use Microsoft Teams. I'll have 3 or 4 Teams conversations going and emails flying in, and then I'm on a meeting. Good stuff. Makes the day go by quick. Beats working outside, though. When I was younger, I did construction and roofing and stuff. So I really shouldn't be complaining. It could be a lot worse. Been looking for the last 2 months, Chair McLovin? Well, good luck. Though in some places it can be rough. Using Teams, my condolences. Yeah. I think my favorite Teams feature is sometimes I can't join meetings until I restart Outlook. Because, you know, reasons. And Teams absolutely refuses to work with my nice fancy Bluetooth headset. So I'm stuck using my crappy laptop mic. Yelling at my computer. First world problems, right? That's why we have video games. Is there a clock in here? I read that LCD. What's that LCD say? Oh wait, is that a guidance steering? No. What's that little indicator for? Not cruise. That's cruise. Yeah, I don't know. There's some kind of little thing on the LCD. I can't quite read it. Yeah, Chair, that's tough. That's why I'm really blessed to have a skill set that can be done remotely. Like I can work from anywhere. Being in IT, I just need a computer and an internet connection. And I'm good, so I'm really lucky that way. Lots of people have to go somewhere. I used to go into an office, but the last almost 10 years I've been working from home most of the time and fully remote for probably the last 4 or 5. It's nice. I don't miss that 2 hours a day minimum in the truck in traffic. Don't miss that at all. I'm not going to hit the other tractor. That's good. Truck driving and factory work? Yeah. Definitely tied to a location then. Well, I wish you luck. There's surely something out there somewhere. So we're making progress. Feels slow though. How long we've been going? Just under an hour, so it's not too bad. Got it tedded and we're halfway done raking. Out for the trees. All right, back in cruise 2. I saw that little indicator actually tells me which cruise I'm in, but it's... I look at it just right. I can sort of make out a 2, I think. It's really tiny. So scroll wheel sets your FOV, so you can just change that on the fly. Whoa! Usually have it about like that. Whatever that is. Feels about right. Alright, we're kicking it to the left. So what do y'all think? Should we bail this up, or should we just rent a pickup wagon and go sell it? The bail physics are actually pretty excellent. The only downside is they don't want to stay on the trailer. Like, with just a couple tweaks, oh, the physics could be so awesome. Because handling the bales and stuff is really good with the forks. But they slowly drift off the trailer, unfortunately. But you can just attach them to the trailer. It has pickup and lock to the trailer is built into the game. So I usually pick them up and then lock them to the trailer. There's no straps. Like, the idea was, you know, it would just be gravity like in real life. And that mostly works. They do slowly drift off the trailer. We're still getting those little lags every once in a while. So I guess it wasn't the traffic. So might as well turn the traffic back on for some ambience. Let's see here. Traffic multiplier. Let's get a few people walking around too. I don't actually remember what the people do. I've had them turned off, I guess, for a long time. We'll go full pedestrian. See what we end up with. I got people walking through the field. We'll have to turn it back down. So I'm leaning towards bales, but I'm open to suggestions. If you guys want it, just pick up the hay and with a pickup wagon and get it over with. I'm okay with that too. Want to see some baling? We'll do some baling. Got lower down a little late. cruise 2. Right, I just had it in cruise 1. There we go. Does that 4-wheel drive on by default? It does not. Okay, good to know. Every once in a while I see some mud fly up, which means we're slipping, but not too much. I think the field is fairly dry. I could actually look, bring this up here. Surface wetness. No, field capacity. Yeah, it's dried out a little bit. I think it was up around here a week ago. It's been drying off a little bit. You can actually get stuck, but it doesn't happen very often. There's a video, I think if you search my channel for like cattle and crops stuck, you can find it. I did a video series years ago, and I ended up getting stuck in that field over there, actually. And I think what happened is I had been spreading some slurry, and I made a lot of passes over one corner of the field that's in kind of a depression, and it was already wet from a lot of rain. And it just got so soaked, and I got slow. Then I couldn't get up out of that little bowl. I was stuck. So if I remember right, I went and got I think I had a self-propelled mower, which was a mod. Went and got that in my tow bar, and I pulled myself out. But you have to try to get stuck usually. It's not super terrible. I've had a lot of cases where I needed to turn the 4-wheel drive on. Getting a lot of wheel slip. You ever gonna get this field done? Getting there. We're almost to the point where it starts narrowing down a lot. New clouds starting to move in. Yeah, it's about 2 o'clock. So in a few hours, there's supposed to be quite a few clouds. I guess they're starting to roll in. Tree! Have I seen any cars come by since I turned traffic back on? Did turn that on, right? Gameplay, yeah. Huh. Oh, there's that bug. Sometimes if you're in cab and you go to the menu and then you come back into the cab, it has the outside sound level. Just swap view and get it sorted out. Yeah, I think at the top of the field, I'm going to go down. I'm going to come down that edge. So I have that done. Start wrapping this up. Then we'll have to rent a baler. Which I guess I could have a AI drive back with the baler. So let me set that up when we get down to the end of the row here. Yeah, it'd be good to get back to work, Chair. I know the feeling. We saw a couple of cars? Alright, cool. I missed it. Alright, let's see. Let's get in this guy. I can leave the forks on. I need to take the weight, or the trailer and the weight off. And you can just hop in the cab. You don't have to open the door. I just like doing that kind of thing. Okay. Actually, I think this has the hot spots where we can unhook it. Yep. That. There we go. I don't know why the rake didn't. It was just one of those unfinished things in this game. Okay, let's get the HUD back on. Is this guy gonna go? Yeah, he'll probably try to drive right through everything. Let's. If I bring up the map, I'm gonna have to pick up the baler down here at the store. So I'm going to send him down there. Hey, I'm getting out of the way. Calm down. Okay, good. He didn't run over my tractor. So I'll send him on down to the implement store because we'll be renting a baler here for too long. That way he'll be down there and he can start bringing it back while we're finishing up the raking. So, yeah, we kick to the left. So I want to come down here and throw this edge of the field over. We go a little slower because I've got the curve up here to deal with. Kind of rough over here. There's some cars. It's funny when they're a little ways away, their wheels don't render in. So they're hover cars for a little while. Alright, lock back onto the auto steer. Uh-oh. Going the wrong direction, aren't I? That's why that looks wrong. Supposed to be coming down this way and throwing it the other direction. I forgot. I came up this way. You go back down. Whoa. Can't overstate just how bad the brakes are on this tractor. Oh, why did you miss that spot back there? Did that lower you fast enough? There we go. Now we're cruising. How's Bubba getting along? He is at the store. Good deal. So it didn't take him long at all to get down there. Do probably another pass or two, and then I'll get a baler rented. Get him heading this way. It is grabbing a little bit of hay, so I'll just go ahead and finish out this row that we accidentally did. Right our way through the trees here. I think it takes that rake a little bit to settle into its work position. Oh, lag. That's built-in support for internet radio streams. I don't know if I got the volume turned down, or I was just going to try that out, see if it still worked. Next stream, previous stream, turn on. Oh yeah. Lags a little bit when you click. I wonder. Or this has to be on. Be able to hear that. Hey Mikey, we're playing a dead, abandoned game called Cattle and Crops. Yeah, this may not work anymore. It used to work. Yeah, we'll turn that off. Turn off radio. Doesn't appear to be turning off. I broke it. Oh, that must be the... Okay, so this is the volume in the game. Interesting. So, yeah, there's streams set up. I think I set those up. Weird. It's not working, so, oh well. Anywho, back to the game. So yeah, if you just tuned in, this is called Cattle and Crops. It was abandoned. I think it's been a couple years ago, at least. They ran out of funding, and it's abandoned. It's still on Steam for sale, but it is abandoned. It's dead. The website isn't even there anymore. The forums are gone. But the crops part of the game is pretty complete and pretty complex, and I like it. So I still fire it up once in a while. And we've been making some hay. The hay stuff is pretty well done as well. Moisture levels are modeled really well. We did the first cutting last stream. We cut it about a week ago in game. And then we had one shower, kind of cloudy, and then we had a few days of sun, so it got nice and dry. And then we just flipped it this morning in game. And then I fast forwarded, I think about 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours. So we're just after 2 o'clock here in game. Now it's dry enough. We're gonna get it raked up, and we're gonna bale it. Hey Jeff. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying it unless you are willing to just throw your money away, because it is dead and abandoned. There will be no more support. It is what it is. So if you're okay with spending money on a dead game, the crops part works pretty well. Cattle, there's nothing much to the cattle. You can buy cattle, you can put them in your pasture, and they will grow. They will increase in weight, and they have health and stuff. There's not really much to the cattle part, though. It never really got done. Hey John, welcome back. Got 80 hours in FS25 already? I saw they had over 2 million sales, so good for them. It's just not for me. I played the crap out of FS17. That was kind of peak farm sim with all the mods and stuff. Almost didn't buy 19. Just kind of over it, and Giants doesn't innovate and yada yada yada. I don't want to get too far down that rabbit hole, but the building and the landscaping stuff kind of won me over. I didn't buy 22. Don't plan on buying 25. Giants was nice enough to give me a key for 22. I played a little bit of it. If they send me a key for 25, I'll check it out, but I get my farming fix with this. It's way more detailed. This is way more what I want from a farming simulator, rather than the watered down stuff in Giants version. That's just my personal taste. Still better than Dead Matter. That's true. You loving the game, John? Yeah, Motortown's a lot of fun. I've been playing some of that in the background. I need to get some videos made. I haven't had a ton of time. I could have recorded tonight, but I wanted to just stream for a while and then go read a book or something. Didn't really feel like recording. I just wanted to chill with some hay. Getting some hay done. Yeah, Motortown Behind the Wheel. That's a really fun game. It's done pretty well on the channel too. For my channel, if I get over 1,000 views, that's pretty huge. Pretty popular on the channel. How are we doing on Go-Go Juice? We are still over half full, so we're good. They were nice enough to give me about 3/4 of a tank of fuel when I bought this tractor. That was nice of them. Zerg Smasher enjoying the Space Engineers series? Good. I'm glad somebody is. Space Engineers never does very well on the channel, but I enjoy playing it. I'm actually all set up in Space Engineers to record the next episode. I just need to do it. I had to do a bunch of work in between episodes, and you'll see why when the next episode is out. Might get one out for Friday, I'm not sure. Like I said, my community post, it's going to be kind of light on videos for the next couple weeks. Work's been super busy. Next week we got some family coming in from out of town to stay with us for about a week, so there's going to be a lot going on. We're hosting Thanksgiving here. So I'll get a few videos out here and there. Then in a couple weeks, we'll try to get back to the more normal cadence. It somehow runs on your machine. I think if you turn the settings down, it's pretty light on the hardware requirements. Okay, a few more passes and we're going to have it. I think when I get down to this end, I'm going to go ahead and rent the baler. I'm going to have our buddy drive that back up here. You just tuned in. I sent the helper down to the implement store in the other tractor. So he's sitting down there ready to bring the baler back. We're going to rent a baler. I don't own a baler. And it's pretty cheap to rent. So we'll just rent a baler and use it. Whoa. We'll let him go past. Oh, we'll let him go past. That's one thing I saw. I've been watching some Farmstead 25 videos. The AI traffic looks a lot better. Like they're passing people and not being completely stupid. So that looked like a big improvement in 25. Haven't watched the latest episode, Jared McLovin? That's okay. It'll be there when you get around to it. You can always check my playlists on the channel. Everything I do is organized by playlist. Makes you nauseous with the jetpack movement? Yeah, that sucks. I've got a friend that has that problem with games. Hopefully me being in this tractor cab isn't causing any problems. Alright, I forgot. I was going to have the guy start driving up here. Turn that off. Let's get the UI back up. And let's see. Let's go to dealer balers. We have one baler to choose from. And I'm going to rent that. We should be good to just rent that for like 2 hours. Yeah, that should be plenty of time. It's only 270 bucks. I'm going to call it bucks, but rent. Go. And then I'm just going to tab over to the other tractor. There it is. Get the baler hooked up and we'll have him bring it back. Sometimes the playlist is even in order, yep. Thanks for the heads up on that, Dave. Appreciate it. Because it defaults to newest video first. I always change it to oldest published video first. So you go through them in order. Just something crazy. But YouTube does default to the other way. All right. Let's hop out of here. Let's get you hooked up. Your chunk. There we go. Nice big old baler. It's the The Kloss, or is it Kloss or Class? 3200 RC. They never got these finished. Like, they work fine, but I think they intended... Nope, that's the wrong button. To have, like, twine support and stuff, because they got these compartments in here for the twine. They don't do anything. They're just there. But it's pretty cool. Like, you can see all these moving parts move while it's bailing. It's super detailed. Anywho, let's get him sent back up to the field. So, yeah, I need to be on the tractor. So, if we go to map... Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. I want you to come over to about where we're at, basically. So, yeah, go there. If I just hit in... Calm down. I'm getting out of your way. We'll drive that up there. And I can just tab over to my... Back over to my other tractor, and we're good to go. Yeah, I'm just going off the traffic I've seen in the videos for NZ. I'm sure it has its usual Giants moments. I can see the thing even with the HUD off. Nice. Alright, let's get the rest of this rigged up, and then we'll have a baler up here ready to go. Oh, you don't have that problem in any other games, Sean. Just Space Engineer. Interesting. You can zip around pretty fast with the jetpack, so maybe it's just the speed of it. Yeah, Chair the Ghosts. I'm so over the ghosts. I flipped like 2 or 3 times because of the stupid ghosts in the game. Alright, we're good on traffic. See, I think we got this pass, another pass, and maybe one more cleanup pass. Check the moisture content. Should be about right. And I don't know. I've never tested to see if the moisture content matters for sale price. I'm just trying to play somewhat realistically, so we're not making a bunch of wet bales that'll catch on fire. Hey, Alternate. Sorry, I'm getting caught back up on chat. No, this game is dead and abandoned. But I do enjoy the parts that are there that work. Like the crop stuff is pretty complete. And the hang is really nice. There he is. Got our baler. Right on time. So I still fire up cattle and crops now and then. To get my my farming itch scratched. So we're making some hay. I've had this save for quite a while. I've made some videos on it. Done some streaming on it here and there. I even made a video called A Better Farming Simulator? Question mark. It was pretty well received. I thought I might get raked over the coals by all the Giants fanboys, but it was pretty well received. I was just talking about, you know, what I'd like to have in a farming simulator and what Cattle and Crops provides in that regard. I wasn't ragging on Giants very much. All right, we are raked. DUN done. Oop, let's turn our auto steer off. We can go to Balin. Yeah, Alternate. It is still for sale on Steam. I think it should be taken off because it was abandoned like 2 years ago. They ran out of funding. I've made a lot of videos on this game, and even did a series a few years ago, about 30 videos or so. Even used some mods on that. But yeah, it's abandoned. I don't know why it's still for sale on Steam. I think that's kind of a travesty. But buyer beware, as usual. Do your research before you buy anything. And it is really detailed. So for what it is, it's good. But it's not finished. There's still bugs. There's missing features. But I really like the hang, and all the crop stuff pretty much works. The economy is borked. It's non-existent. The cattle stuff is not there. There we go. We got 15 to 16% on top, 13% on the bottom. That's good enough for me. Not perfect, but over here we got some 18 to 19. That's not bad. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go bale it. Do I like this better than FS25? I do. That's why I'm not buying FS25. For what I want, this does a much better job. I want an actual simulator. I've had fun on Farm Sim in the past, but I did not buy 22, and I don't plan on buying 25. Lots of Farm Sim content on the channel in 17 and 19. And a little tiny bit on 22, because they did send me a key. Alrighty, let's go bale some hay. Take off for parking brake first. Cruise 1 is set at 10. That's probably about right for baling. We'll feel it out. Let's just start here. I don't need to start anywhere in particular. That start up? It looks like it's going. Hello? I break it? I hear my computer fans. I don't hear the baler. Hello? Speaking of unfinished game and bugs. Yeah, it's not going. Let me unhook it and rehook it. Maybe because the AI was driving it, it was some kind of weird mood. No? Let's check out the radio menu. What we got? Yeah. Oh. I didn't fold down the bale ramp. There we go. Smart baler. Like, this dummy doesn't know what he's doing. I'm not going to turn on. Yeah, I forgot to fold down the back. The little rampy thing was still up. My bad. Yeah, for NZ, from what I've seen in the videos, most people are pretty happy with it. I mean, there's the usual shenanigans. Like, the chicken coop on the starter farm doesn't work. So, I mean, Giants QA is famous for being non-existent, so that's not a real big surprise. Hey, look at that. We got a baler going now. Who knew? Whee! Might be a little fast. Let's do about 8 kilometers an hour and see how we get along. If we go too fast, it'll clog the intake, and we'll have to stop and unclog it. Zerg, there's just too much core stuff not in the game. I think his name was Night Falcon. It's a German word, but I think it translates to Night Falcon. He actually made a huge mod that changes all kinds of stuff about the game and adds in like chicken and geese and ducks and pigs and sheep and stuff. Because there's a lot of animals and things in the files that were never activated. I tried it back in the day. I couldn't figure it out because it's most of the instructions are in German, but there is some stuff the modding community has done. But the modding community is dead because the game's dead. But it's not like they can carry it on and make it into a game because there's just too much stuff missing. We got a little dirt in that pickup. And one thing I don't remember is... I don't think there's anything in the CAD that tells me how full the baler is. I wish the screens worked. So I might need to have my UI up. Yeah, we're only like 25% full. I think it beeps at me. I kind of forget, though. I don't really remember. I guess we'll eventually see bales falling out the back, so then we'll know. I don't know if it does anything when it gets full and ejects the bale. Eventually we should have bales on the field. Giants QA, what's that? Yeah, don't get me started, man. I got so fed up with their stupid mod QA on FS17, I just gave up. Was I a dev for Railroads Online? No. I was a disappointed customer. No, I'm not a dev on anything. I do some modding here and there. I'm a senior IT engineer by day. IT infrastructure, servers, that kind of stuff. Come on, tractor. You can do it. This tractor has just enough horsepower to run this baler. It's a pretty good sized baler. And yeah, Zerg. Heist played with Khan. You should definitely be able to tell that I'm not Heist. He's a little hyper. Just a little bit. Hey, JB, Gaming and Farming. Is cattle and crops worth buying still? I tell people no, unless you just want to throw your money away. But for what's there, it's pretty good. Like the crops part, it mostly works fine. The haying is great. It's pretty realistic. The weather and the calendar and stuff works fairly well. Most of the AI functions work pretty well. But there's a lot of stuff that's just missing. Like the economy is non-existent. Every time you load your save, the prices are randomized. Like it doesn't even save the prices. So there basically is no economy. Hey, we got a bale. But if you just want a good crops, farming simulator, and you have the money to spend, then sure, go for it. But it's dead, abandoned. There will be no more updates. It's been dead for like 2 years. Alternate's got big plans. Start a GoFundMe. Yeah, you can't do all this does in a mod for Farm Sim 25. It's just not possible. The engine doesn't support it. I'm sure there'll be mods that make Farm Sim more realistic. There usually are. The kindly uncle with a soothing voice. I'll take that. I'll take that. The heist would definitely be the fun cousin that gets you in trouble. For sure. I can take heist in small doses, and that's nothing against him. That's just, I'm almost 50, and it's just not really my style. I do like the Century of Steam game that got going on, so I'm keeping an eye on that. Here, for you guys that haven't seen this before, let me just stop here real quick. Let me bring up the map here. So this is field 23 that we're making hay on. You can see I planted field grass on it, and its growth cycle, it got up to 67, which is probably about right for hay. This BVCH is like an official thing that I don't know a whole lot about because I'm not a farmer. But we have our yields, so we have a genetic yield potential based on like what the field's capable of if everything was perfect. And then we have our soil type like multiplier, growth time, and the fruit condition. Gives you your expected yield. We've got different growth factors in the soil that you can affect with, I think there's like 6 or 8, maybe a few more types of fertilizer. So we have our nitrogen, our phosphate, and our potassium levels. And I don't remember what I did wrong, but I put way too much potassium on this field. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but it has a crazy amount of potassium on it. So I'm surprised the grass even grew. It's nuts. So you've got all that, and then you can pick like, so this has field grass. You can plant barley, grass, maize, rye, or wheat. Those are the crops. Then each one of those has a different ideal level for the nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium. You can do, like I said, there's different fertilizer types that have all different ratios of this stuff. Then we get down into our ground conditions. So this is like, you can think of this like soil compaction, kind of. How crumbly is the top level of the soil? And I don't think this was ever finished because it always says no influence in current growth stage. But there is a chrome density. And you can see all the tire tracks and stuff in these fields. And this is all persistent. Like it's in the field forever until you change it with a tool. And then we have upper and lower soil density. So you can see the upper level's got a little bit of compaction just from running over the field with various things. We have our lower soil, not a whole lot going on low down. There's a few compactions here and there you can see. Then we have our surface wetness, which I don't think this was ever implemented. I don't know if I've ever seen that anything other than 0. And then we have the field capacity for water. So this is like how wet is the soil. So if it's all the way over here, it's like fully saturated. It's down here, it's fully dried out. About a week ago when we started haying, it was up around here. So it's been drying out with all the sun over the last week. Stuff like that. Then we get down into the types of soil we have. So there's all these different types. They're all linked together for each field. So there's something similar in, I think it's precision farming for Farm Sim. So you can see most of this field 23 here is the silty clay. Whereas you get over here in the pinker stuff on, is that 22? No, that's 12. So in 12, it's more sandy clay loam in these two fields. So there's a lot going on. And then if you need to get to the different soil density, there's different cultivators and plows that do to certain depths. So anyway, that's a brief overview of why I like this. There's a lot going on. And I'm way, way behind on chat. Got a lot of friends that are hyper nerds. Space. There's nothing wrong with being a space nerd. Yeah, Star Citizen. There's a whole other thing I want to get back into one of these days. All right, let's get back to making some bales. Oh, I left the. Turn that off. Don't need that highlighted. And I think that's lowered. Yeah, it was lowered. All right. Go make some bales. Then the hay stuff is super detailed as well. Like I cut this grass about a week ago in game. That was the last stream, by the way. We cut the grass. And then it has to dry, and you have to flip it over so the other side can dry. So it models moisture levels on each side of each little clump of grass that you cut. And it'll dry out based on sun and wind conditions, that kind of thing. It took about a week and a couple flips with the tedder to get it to where I wanted it, moisture level wise. So the crops and the haying stuff is pretty well done if you just want to farm. But I tell people not to buy it unless you're just willing to put up with a lot. This doesn't hardly move. Okay, I thought I had raised that. Just making sure. I don't think we got super good yield on this. I think I saw on the screen there was like 73% or so. So we got what, 2 bales so far? Third one about to drop out the back. Got the dual gladiators, nice. Didn't quite drop that bale out. Here, let's get this little clump here. Got a squeak in my baler. Hey, Rookie. Yeah, we're still making hay. Getting some baling done. Yeah, it's all good, alternate. That's what chat's there for people to talk. As long as people are being nice, you can talk about whatever. We just try to keep, like, you know, politics and that kind of stuff out of it. Keep it about video games mostly. And it's all good. To do a series, I might someday. We'll see. If you want to go see like all there is to do, I did a series. I think it's been like 3 years ago on cattle and crops, and I did all the things. I had mods, and it pretty much shows everything you can do in the game. So we're definitely going to have enough room on the trailer for the bales. I would guess we're going to get about 10 bales off of here. We'll see. So what's my cruise 2 speed set to? Oh, that's way too fast. And that was the wrong button. I meant to hit V and I hit C. Alright, we got that picked up. Good. I'm going to bump this back up to 10 kilometers an hour. We'll see how we get along. These windrows aren't super thick, so I think we'll be okay. So if you have the HUD up, you can actually see those two bars over there on the right. The top bar is the intake, so you can see it's getting cleared out pretty quickly. And then the other one is like I don't know if it's called the accumulator. I don't know what it's called exactly, but that's where the hay gets pulled in to get compacted, and you can see it gets compacted and shoved on out. If you drive too fast, you'll fill up your intake and it gets clogged. You have to stop and get out and go unclog it. Yeah, alternate for sure. We've all got our little communities we hang out in that are kind of like-minded. That's why I even have a little Discord server. It's pretty chill in there. Not all, but a lot of the community is kind of, older folks with kids, and it's a different vibe than some other younger communities. But I'm an old fart, so other old farts like to hang out. We got some young pups in there too, though. Come on, tractor. Really should use the Deutschfahrer. It's a bigger tractor for this. Like I said earlier, this tractor is just barely enough to run this baler. Not a lot of power left over. What you linking there, Dave? We're all grouchy and old. Some days. Alright, I'm going to turn it back off. I like Cattle and Crops just chilling in the cab. And it doesn't really translate to video, but the feel of driving these machines is so good. It actually feels like you're in a big, heavy tractor. I love it. Oh, the Cattle and Crops playlist. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I kind of wish, at least on my end, it would give me a little preview of what you've linked in there. You're getting there, you're in the 30s. That's all good, man. Not everybody's old. I was born old. I always got along better with adults than kids, for the most part. I was just born an old man. One of those boring guys. Alright, let's sneak through the trees here. We can get some of this excess here cleaned up. And I'm just driving with keyboard, so it's a little twitchy. It does have good wheel and controller support, though. Driving in here with my wheel and my track IR and shifter and pedals and everything is pretty awesome. But I don't like dragging that stuff out and hooking it all up. Unless I'm going to play a lot. Benjamin Button. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. That was an interesting movie. Alright, we're going 2, 3, 4. 4 bales so far. Nope, 5. We got another one back there. Yeah, we might get more than 10 bales. It might be closer to 12 or 15. Just got your permit. Awesome. Stay safe out there. My son just started driving a couple years ago. It's scary. Like, I trust him to operate in a safe manner. It's just all the other idiots out there. I live near St. Louis, one of the suburbs of St. Louis, so there's a lot of traffic around. I grew up out in the middle of nowhere, so I could practice on gravel and dirt roads when nobody was around. But it's nice you can find adults who are chill and not creeps. Yeah, for sure. Every once in a while we get some strange individuals that wander in here, but they usually don't last too long. They're being weird. I'll give them a timeout. Give them a chance to straighten up. They usually leave. Yeah, when I first got Euro Truck Simulator Chair McLovin back in the day, I didn't have a wheel either. I played with keyboard and mouse. And when I finally got a wheel, it was such a difference. So they're really nice. Or even just an Xbox controller. Those are pretty cheap. Would beat mouse and keyboard. Alright, up through the trees. Can't see anything in these mirrors with the baler on now. There we go. A little hard to do bouncing around the cab, but we got it done. Yeah, that's built into the game. Able to get a whole cockpit for racing sims? Yeah. I was into that. Excuse me, I was into that before we had kids years ago. I had the start of a cockpit build. I've still got the panel I made out of aluminum, and I was even heading down the path of building my own instruments. I've got an airspeed indicator that I built. And then we had kids, and yeah. But I still have the switch panel. I made that a little standalone unit. And have it like on a wood box so it'll sit on the desk. So I got the main like general aviation switch panel. Lights, carb heat, all that stuff. I use that sometimes when I'm flying an X-plane. So many games, so little time. Speaking of time, man, it's almost 9 o'clock already. Time flies. We'll get this baling done. That'll have to be it. Time to go to sleep and get up and go back to work again tomorrow. Oh, you are using the controller. I got you. Yeah, me too, Zerg Smasher. I'm looking forward to Missouri dropping. I think I'll get back into ATS. I'm even going to start a new save. Literally looking forward to checking out Missouri, my home state. Pretty crazy that Kirksville, Missouri is going to be in a video game. That's crazy. I grew up around there, up in Northeast Missouri. I was just in Kirksville a couple weeks ago. I was up visiting my mom. That's pretty crazy. I look forward to driving around there and just seeing the landmarks. I know the streets and stuff aren't going to be close to real life, but they did a pretty good job on the landmarks from what I've seen in the screenshots. Ah, we're surrounded by trees. Yeah, for New Zealand, I was seeing some Reddit posts and stuff about the MSFS 2024, I think it's called. Sound like they had a pretty rough launch. But since it's all streaming, I mean, if you don't have the CDN for it, you're in for a bad time. So they're probably in a hurry scaling that up. You don't really own the game. Like, you're streaming game assets as well. It's not just scenery anymore. So that kind of seems weird, but almost some terracing on this field. I think it's just the way the textures are, though. Alright, we got 3 more strips here. We'll see if we can get some of these bales on the trailer. Felt that right in your soul, Zerg Smasher. I'm trying to keep up with chat here. I'm not very good when I'm tired, which I am today. It's been a long day. And trying to steer and then read chat as well. So I apologize if I missed some of your messages. Reminds you a little bit of Iowa. Yeah, a lot of people during the project didn't care for the graphical style. And it is different. Like, it's, for me it's fine, but it is definitely a style choice. I do like the foliage and the trees. They're really well done. Like, the trees slowly bud out and then the leaves grow and they change colors. It's really well done. But the graphical style definitely puts a lot of people off. And that was one of the big problems with the project. The graphical style, and then the performance was terrible for a long time. I'm glad they at least got the performance taken care of before they ran out of money. Because for years, it just ran like crap. I mean, it didn't matter what kind of computer you had. It just ran like crap. So yeah, there were a lot of reasons why it failed, but that's one of them. Tons of games and no time to play them. I feel you. When I was a kid, I had tons of time and no money. Now I got money and no time. Just need to retire here in a couple years. Do YouTube. I'm trying to talk Mrs. Kerbo into that. Something about the kids wanting to go to college. I don't know. Crazy talk. Yeah, for New Zealand. I'm sure it'll get sorted out. It's just, it's hard to gauge like how much infrastructure you're going to need. And being in that world, I get it. The bean counters aren't going to want to spend the money up front. So you can only do what you can do. And then when it crashes and burns, you're like, well, see, we have all these people want to play. But for me, it was totally expected. Because MSFS 2020, you know, streams its scenery and stuff, and the updates are always super slow, and Microsoft's network just can't handle it. So when I heard 2024 was going to be streaming most of the game as well, like, probably not going to work out very good. Hopefully they can get it sorted. All right, 2 rows. We're almost there. How are we doing on bales? Let's hop out here and take a look. They might be out of render range up there. What we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, I think we're going to be around 12 to 15. Time it's all said and done. And why did this game die? Alternate 34. I think I answered some of that. There was a lot of reasons. It's based in Germany. It's only a German map. It's very limited equipment. They had more equipment, but then there was some shenanigans with manufacturers pulling their licenses, which I think Giants had something to do with, but of course you can't prove anything. So they had to get rid of that equipment. That's why there's some... what brand is it? There's like a house brand of stuff. So almost everything is class. Then they have the, what's it called? Hammer. They had to rebrand and rework a bunch of their stuff to Hammer brand, which is like the generic, it's like Lizard for Farming Simulator. So there's a few things. There's like a Joskin, some Joskin stuff, but there's just not a whole lot of stuff in here. That put a lot of people off. I don't think there was a whole lot of advertising. Maybe because the performance was so bad, they didn't want to advertise it. I don't know. That's some of the reasons, in my opinion, why it failed. And also, Giants just has such a stranglehold on the market. It's hard to compete with that. Or just play X-Plane. Yeah, X-Plane does everything I want a flight sim to do. Yeah, DCS World is decent, and it's free, too. You can fly the, was it the Frogfoot and the P-51 Trainer? Maybe something else for all for free in DCS World. Yeah, for New Zealand. A lot of people had never even heard of it, even back when the project was active. I did my best to get the word out, made videos, and talked about it, and did how-tos and tutorials. Was pretty active on the forums. Oh, well. The new version of this game should be my retirement project. Yeah. The problem with that is, like, the modeling and the licensing and... Like, code-wise, I'm confident I could do something like that. But all the modeling and the artwork stuff... Did I just drive down that whole thing with my pickup up in the air like an idiot? I did. Sweet. Yeah, all the modeling and stuff that would be required, that's where you need some really talented people. But kind of like Motortown behind the wheel, that polygon graphic style, I would be okay with a farming game that's like that if it was super detailed and realistic and just had polygon graphics, but most people would not. Still runs, which is something. Yeah, for like I said, for what's here, it works fine. There's a few bugs and stuff. If you just want to plant crops and have a realistic like fertilization and weather and whatnot, it does fine. But there's still just a ton missing. I really wish they hadn't left the economy so broken. You weren't here earlier. Every time you load your save, all the prices for stuff just gets randomized. It doesn't even save in your save. So there is no economy, basically. That's one of the many unfinished things. We'll see how the bale physics do here. It's getting kind of late, so I may end up auto-loading some of it, but we'll use the forks for a little bit. Because the physics are pretty good. The physics do kind of fall apart when they're sitting on the trailer. They tend to drift over time. Alright, let me hop out here. We need to eject the bale. Won't let me eject it. Oh, I have to turn it off. Gotcha. Alright, let's pop that bale out. And then if I bring the HUD up... Are we pretty well empty then? Yeah, you don't have to open the door like I usually do. You can just hop out. I was just curious if this had anything... Yeah, I drove that whole line with the pickup up in the air. It doesn't move very far, so it's kind of tough to tell sometimes. Yeah, I think we're all good. So we didn't use that for very long at all. If I go to fleet, yeah, we have that rented until just after 4 o'clock, and it's 3 o'clock. So we have another hour, a little over an hour, if we needed to use the baler. Here, let's do this a little bit with the HUD up. It does have a nice HUD with all the detail down there in the lower right you need. Looks like we're doing fine on fuel. I'm going to fold that thing up and we'll just park the baler over here out of the way. And then you can hop out and unhook stuff like I was earlier, or you can just hit Q. Although on this game, there's no way to tell what Q is going to unhook. You can also just bring up your radial menu with the middle mouse button. And then we can go to detach the baler. The movie Gamer. I don't think I've seen that one. Oh, can I open the side and run the baler? Yeah, I forgot to do that. Thanks, Alternate, for a reminder. I was going to show you guys the moving parts. It does look pretty cool. We'll hook it up real quick. Most of the controls for that stuff is the same as Farm Sim, like Q to connect, X to unfold, that kind of thing. All right. Speaking of X to unfold, let's unfold it. Turn it on. Whee! Oh, I love the jump animations. They're so good. They're so bad, they're good. There we go. We got all the things. Super detailed baler. Get a little bit of lag when I look at it, interestingly enough. And I was showing earlier, they have these twine bins that aren't used. But I think maybe the intention was to eventually have twine that you had to put in there. There you go. Lots of moving bits. Yeah, the character is so bad. He's definitely placeholder that never got replaced. Can I just unhook that while it's on? I can. Okay. I never tried that. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the stuff going from above. It's got all the moving bits. It's pretty detailed. All right, I need to grab my weight. And then if I hit that again... Oh, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Oh, boy. I want you to hook to there. No, not there. Right, I'm going to have to manually do this. We're probably heading into physics explosion land. There's a hitch on the weight. That's what I was trying to hook up to. Alright, we should be able to do this from the radial menu. So if we go to weight... Right? Why are you not wanting me to hook up there? Not close enough? Well, that's weird. I know I've hooked this up by hand. That's how I did it last time. Oh, weird. What happened? Did I break something again? It's been known to happen. No, I don't want to attach there. I want to attach here. Yeah, something's wrong. I might have to reload. Something is borked. And I'm not sure why. You can add weights to this, though, which is kind of cool. We add plates to it. The trailer hitch moved. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a spring. So it has a spring here that holds the tongue up. And that actually works. Not sure why it's not like it should let me hook up to here. That's how I pulled it over here. Let me do a reload. Let's just save and we'll reload real quick. It is a buggy, unfinished game sometimes. We had something last stream happen where I had to reload. Something with the fertilizer spreader because the AI had been using it. It may get weird when the AI drives stuff. You gotta do some research, alternate. It would be a huge undertaking. And it's such a niche market. You guys say niche or niche? Hey, your parking brake was on. Where are you going? Maybe it wasn't on. New mission available. Yeah, I know. There are missions and stuff in the game. There's even a tutorial that, if I remember right, it mostly works. Okay, so then if I bring up this guy and I go to... Oh, yeah, now it works. Yeah, something just bugged out. Probably because the AI drove this tractor. I've had that happen before. Alright, back to full immersion mode. We're going to pull this over in the field. And we're going to start putting some bales on it. You say niche? Alright. I'm a North Missouri hillbilly, so sometimes I say things differently. Like, we always said cypress. We're like a cypress tree. I got made fun of when I moved down here around St. Louis. We're saying cypress. Yeah, Randy, we're going to drop you off right here. And I think you have a parking brake. Although, actually... I want to go ahead and turn on the bale magnet. Let's hop in here. If we go over to... I want to turn that on, right? I need to unfold. Don't want to collect bales. I just want to fix them. Oh, it doesn't work like that. You have to have bales on there. Yeah, you have to have bales on there. Okay. Alright, we'll leave that stuff off for now. And we'll see how we get along. It works pretty well. Oh, wait. I thought I unfolded you. My bad. It works pretty well, but the bales will start drifting. So we'll see how badly they drift. Cypress and Cypress are the two different pronunciations. I don't think we can crouch, can we? I think you could almost read those stickers. Anyway, I'm going to get distracted. Let's get back in the tractor. I don't know if I can pick up bales in first-person view without track IR to kind of move around. We'll try it. Nothing else is likely to be funny. So one thing that's very different in this game with the hydraulics is they actually act like hydraulics. And the way the mouse control works for this, let me get up here a little closer. And put the parking brake on so we don't drift away. So if I hold down left mouse button, see I got these controls up here. So this is like a hydraulic valve. So like if I... So it's not relative to the mouse. It's very, very different from Farming Simulator. So I struggle a little bit because I have a lot of muscle memory from Farming Simulator. So the more you open the valve, the faster the hydraulics moves. This works really well with the joystick. Now I'm picking the tractor up. Let's not do that. I'll probably have to go to the third person. Yeah, because I've got my forks all wonky. I can't really tell where they're at. We'll give it a whirl. We need to do at least one bale from in the cab. Alright, tilt it up just a bit. We don't have a very good grip on it. We sort of have a grip on it. I do have a Discord server, yep. It should be linked on my channel. If you go to my channel, like About page. Should be links there to Discord and Twitter. The other stuff. It's the same with the 3-point. You can like raise and lower the 3-point just like it's hydraulics. Alright, this bale acts like it wants to escape. See if we can get it to stay on the trailer. This is hard with a mouse. Like I said, it works really well with the joystick. Whoa. Because it's hard with the mouse to make it only go in one axis at a time. Hey, we got a bale on there. Yay. Alright, we'll do the others from third person. So it's hard to lower or raise without moving the other way. They don't act like they're working as well as they used to. I have something weird turned on the forks, do I? No. We're good. But auto collect and stuff is built right into the game. Even the forks will do it. It's just built in. So when the physics get too wonky, I'll do that. But the bale physics are pretty darn good. I'm just going to nudge that one over. You lower that down, take some pressure off the forks. They'll slide right out. And it looked like in FS25 they had improved the bale physics quite a bit. I was watching Arthur Chapman do some baling. It looked like it didn't climb up the forks and stuff so bad. Go grab a couple bales. Trying to get you to make another version. I like this game. It's such a shame that it ran out of money, but there's just not enough market for a realistic farming game. Whoa. This is hard with the mouse. I should probably have the control hooked up. I've done this with the joystick. It works really nice. Because the joystick is already proportional. Just like you would expect it to be. And I can get 3 on here, but I'm not going to push it. They like to shake themselves about. Here we go, just like that. Woo, spin a little mud. You stacked all your hay bales, then you got a explosion. Yeah, don't they have the sheds that virtually store bales in the game now? That's what I usually use in older versions of Farm Sim. Saves on frame rate too. Let's see. Let's go get this other bale down here. I kind of feel like I should turn on my front wheel assist. The little four-wheel drive on. Just lower the forks so you see the weight come off the front wheels. Doesn't look as cool. That's a fair point. Let's find out if you have Steam logged on 2 different devices, you can stream them. Yep. I have, what's it called? A Steam Link? I don't think they sell them anymore. I have a Steam Link and a Steam controller. I can actually play most of my Steam games and on my big TV if I want to. I'll take advantage of that enough to do that more. But it does that. It streams it off your computer onto your TV through the Steam Link. I think I got that for like $5 when they were phasing them out. It was super cheap. Alright, let's go get this bale way over here. Whoa! Driving like a race car driver. Nope, that's too low. There you go. See, I can't raise... No, I can't raise that up. Alright. Yeah, the latency isn't bad at all. I haven't done what you're talking about, but I've done it on the Steam Link. I don't know if I want to play like a shooter on it, but for most games it's fine. You have a crap internet. Well, I think he's talking about streaming like within your own house from one machine to the other. So that wouldn't go over your internet connection. That'd be whatever your local area network is. Should be pretty fast. I love the slow speed control too. This game is just... They got the driving physics down. Speaking of bale explosions. Those bales are thinking about it. Now we're going to compact the ground. A big old load. Here's where driving with the keyboard is iffy because it's kind of twitchy. So I'm using a pulse width modulation steer. Some of you are probably nerdy enough to get that. I never understood why this is a game with square bales and their bale trailer is like set up for round bales. There are no round bales in cattle and crops. Maybe they plan to have them, but oh, there's that lag spike. I don't know what's doing that. Just every once in a while it does that. All right, let's see if we can get these eased in there. Should be just enough room. Nope. It thought about it. It was thinking about it. I don't know if it was, I guess it's leaning down a little bit. But I think the end cap, I think it was sitting on the end cap a little too much. But what we could do is we can go over to this guy. We can say, collect and stack bales. We can pick them up the easy way. Oh, it only does one at a time? Boo. Want to put on trailer. That was probably a bad idea. I think I have to turn this... Do I have to turn that off? No, it just stacks on there unless you magnet it. Yeah, that's not working out so great. All right, so the bale physics are pretty good, but there are still some issues, and those issues will never get fixed. So let's just auto collect the remainder because I need to get off to bed. Got another big day at work tomorrow. So if I hook back up to this guy, we go over to this guy, we say collect and stack bales. And magnet to the trailer. Only problem with magnet to the trailer is it turns off the physics. So if you watch the trailer, see how it takes the weight off? So that's kind of a bummer. But it does keep him from falling off the wagon. You'll see what I mean by drift. So the bales will start drifting off of the trailer. And it's a real shame, because most of the bale physics is really good. Yeah, you're right, alternate. I do need to get to bed. Good timing. It's only a little after 9, so it's not super duper late. We're starting to see a little bit of drift. It gets worse kind of on hills and stuff. They were so close to perfection with the bale physics. This trailer's actually pushing me down the hill quite a bit. It's staying on better than I expected. When you're over 30, after 9 is a late night. No, I'm a night owl. Now, Mrs. Kerbo, she was probably in bed at 8:45. She's probably asleep now. The heck was that? Oh, it's this deer. Get out of here. Yeah, they're staying on there pretty good. He says as they all slide off into the abyss. Doink. Alright, bales locked and loaded. See how they drifted off to the side? Yeah, it's a pain. Oh, there goes a bunny rabbit. Run, bunny, run! Okay, we are on the road. Let's get our flashies on. I think those are on. Thought I had an indicator in here. Yeah, they're on. But something they didn't do a very good job with is the lights. Like, those lights are pathetic. All right, we got top speed for the tractor and the EU from what I'm told. 30 kilometers an hour. No problem pulling the sill. If I detach the bales, it'd be weight back there, but then they'd all go flying off, so. It's a shame because the weight and stuff is represented really well. If you're pulling a full grain trailer, you can feel it. That's right. Good AI traffic since 2017. Just thought I'd show that real quick. I think Giants finally got that with 25 from what I've seen. It's pretty decent. All right, back on the cruise. Yeah, he took one look at my forks and was like, nope. So I'm going to take a shortcut when we get down here. They should have put a road in. We're gonna take a little shortcut through the woods. Is that brick building right over there? That's where we're selling the bales. So that road goes to the farm. So I think they should have put a road in right over here. Let me show you, because if we don't turn here. So we sell the bales right here, right? So I usually just cut through the woods here. If we don't cut through the woods, you have to drive all the way down here, past the implement dealer, down around here, down over here, down this one-way street, all the way down over here, around the building, and then sell them. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I usually end up just taking a little shortcut through the woods here. Trailer trailer should fit. I'm going to go the wrong way on this one-way road. If it had multiplayer, you'd pick it up? Yeah, it's such a shame. Excuse me. That throat's a little rough. Because I'm pretty sure, unless I'm just remembering wrong, I'm pretty sure they had some demo videos of multiplayer in Cattle and Crops. It just never got released as a public release. But they were working on it. They had it at least at a base level functioning. It's a shame. It was a real shame when this game died. The main dev was like super emotional about it too. He was on, I think he was on a stream or something, or made a video. They later deleted it because he was just so emotional about it. So there we go, chat. How many bales do we have? Let's hop out and take a look. So that's 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we ended up with 12. No, 13 bales. Am I counting right? 1, 2. Oh no, I was counting these little ridges. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not that many bales. So 50. I can't add. My brain stopped working. So 12, yeah, 15. So 15 bales. That's about what I figured. So not a whole lot of money. One thing you'll notice is I can't get in the tractor because this is not a door that lets you into the tractor. There's stuff in the way, like this giant console. So I have to go around to this side of the tractor. Then I can push E to get in. Love it. So we have, oh, it says 14. Did I count wrong? Am I that bad at math? Yeah, there's only 2 bales up top. I thought there was 3. Yeah, there's only 14. So all 14 bales is 1680. Ka-chink. We're done. So not a huge profit. Yeah, I totally missed the 14 bales on the screen there. Then with all the little sticky out bits, I was having a little trouble telling the bales apart. Yeah, another police car. Those are pretty good paying, aren't they, at share? Those are pretty good paying. All right, let's get the UI up. I'm going to send this guy back to the farm. So I'll just click here. And I'm going to head off to bed. Appreciate y'all hanging out. There's still some fun to be had in this dead, abandoned game. Y'all have a great rest of your evening if you got any left, or rest of your day. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. If you're new here, check out the playlist section. There's tons of stuff in there. Everything I do is organized by playlist. Lots of videos. Hope to see you around again someday. Take care. Bye-bye.